How's it going, everybody? Reflect before here. Today we're actually going to do a different type of video. I want to actually try putting down my predictions for what Gekishin Squadra Season 4 could be. Now, this is me with my own original list. I will say that I've tried my best to go away from other people's predictions just so it's not like, oh, well, this creator thought it first. I've already seen some theories that people have. For example, the one I'm seeing fly around the most being the Broly movie Gods with Ras Broly or something, which is like a very popular prediction that's flying around. Luckily for me, the ideas that I thought were actually too bad at all for me to make into a video. So these are kind of just off picks that I don't think anybody has ever thought of or grazed or mentioned. So I'm just gonna stop dallying and get right into it. Obviously, though, after everyone has seen the official teaser and obviously the reminder from Gekishin Twitter official talking about to make sure to watch the NA Squadra Blast so that way we can see the official reveal for the new heroes, plural heroes, meaning that multiple heroes are going to be shown, and they were very positive on using the gold highlighted like text with the orbs around it, which pretty much, if nobody lives under a rock, is assuming number one pick is going to be Super Gogeta. Obviously, since we have Super Vegito, every fusion is on the table no matter what. So it's highly already probable that Super Gogeta could be the half anniversary. It depends on how they really want to treat these half anniversaries. I'm assuming this is going to be the only time they do it. But since it's a milestone for the game nonetheless, then they could just drop Gogeta. But then again, this is a MOBA game, so they can drop anybody whenever they want. They clearly have already shown that with Vegito and Kefla dropping two fusions in the same season, which would typically make a lot of other gacha games money. Since this is not a gacha game, doesn't matter. They follow their own flow. But that's obviously the most obvious pick. I do want to differentiate from the obvious pick to my normal picks, considering that within season 3 we had two assault characters and one tank. I want to try and find the balance so that way we probably won't even get an assault character, which everyone assumes Gogeta will be considering Vegito was. I want to try and being an original list, so for my list here, there are going to be no assault characters. Just because of the abundance of assault characters that we continue to receive, I feel like we need to at least put a little bit of more love into the other rules. Granted, we still have two really good tanks being Bardock and Vegeta, Super Saiyan 4, but we got to get some variety going. So for my first pick that I'm actually thinking that could make it into season 4, even if it's out of left field, I want to choose Metal Cooler. Now, the only reason why I go about Metal Cooler is simply because we have seen with other forms being shown within the same classing, such as Super Saiyan Vegeta into Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta being both tanks. We have Super Saiyan Goku and Super Saiyan 3 Goku in the same league, as well as even different forms of characters that aren't transformations, such as Kid Gohan and then Ultimate Gohan, both being technicals. With that reason, we have regular Cooler and Tank, and he's still a very solid tank. I feel like Metal Cooler could easily be yet another tank to complement the little like two clash barrage that we have going on here between characters in the same class. However, I could also strongly see an argument that Metal Cooler could be a technical character. He does have a lot going for him, especially basing it off the movies, with his regeneration, pseudo regeneration with the big Getty star, the fact that he's able to clone himself and have multiple of him at once. It could be an interesting gimmick for a technical character as well, but obviously given the cooler nature as well as his fights with the Super Saiyans on planet Namek, or New Namek, however you guys want to go about it, it could be shown that he could be also a pretty cool tank character. But that is my first option at the very least. Going on to number 2, which could obviously be the most hype in terms of character drops that they could do for the game, and that is going to be a tank Goku Black. Now, you can make the argument here that he could be a DPS, like an assault character, because if you Goku Black, he's pretty cool. But for this one, I want to envision him as a tank, considering, at least going by the anime's run of how Goku Black has evolved throughout the show, was his conflict with Goku and Vegeta, and Pain making him stronger. It makes sense and gives him grounds to be a bit of a tank character. However, this wouldn't be Goku Black without him being able to transform into Super Saiyan Rose. It would be just like the regulars, where level 7 you level up, increase his passive skill, like, I don't know, change his rush attack maybe to whatever it could be. But clearly, if you're gonna drop Goku Black, he has to be able to transform into, well, his iconic form, which is being Rose, and given how popular he is within the community, it's definitely a fan favorite, and people would love to see it. And I could definitely see him having a similar gauge to Super Saiyan Bardock in terms of whenever he gets hit, he powers up. And let's say, like, since the whole gimmick is rush attacks are evolving every time somebody has a gauge, you can make it so he gets his Keyblade, and then if he ults while he has meter and his Keyblade is out, let's say his ult gives him his Scythe, and his rush attacks go even crazier, as well as being a very strong move. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know how they want to do it, but I feel like it's a pretty good concept for Goku Black, as well as just Goku Black being a really good pick for a tank, in my eyes. And then finally, I want to have number 3 consist of one or the other character, or they can be both. However they want to play it, considering we have the Gammas as a tag character within the game, I feel like it could easily be done with these guys here, but it's however they do it. And that is going to be Majin Du and Majin Ku. But both of them are going to be technical characters. I say this because technicals are very scarce. We don't get that many technicals, and we have just the same technicals running around, with Gohan being on top, Hit following next. You have, I'm talking about Ultimate Gohan, I mean. Then you have Kid Gohan with the energy BS he got going, Krillin being strong with the mines. I feel like not only will this be a good addition to the game in terms of Daima characters being introduced later on the line, so this could be like a soft confirmation that we didn't forget about Daima. We'll get Super Saiyan 4 Adult Goku and Super Saiyan 3 Adult Vegeta into the game eventually, considering that the only Daima character we have now is the mini Goku. I feel like having both Majin Du and Majin Ku would be a solid addition into the game, as well as just them in general. I feel like they're good characters. I feel like they can build up the nice hype that we can eventually lead to later on into the game's longevity. But if I did have an idea for the characters in mind, specifically if it's just Majin Du, I feel like just like Kale's ultimate, he can have a transformation ultimate where he does the Super Saiyan 3 after seeing Goku do it in his mini form, and he just copies that, and it could be like a time transformation just like it's in the show. They can literally just rip Kale's ult, slap it onto Du, and make it work. Obviously, since he's going to be a technical, it's not going to be as, berserk as Kale's, being the front man charge, taking on the entire enemy team. I feel like this can be easily done into a more technical standpoint, where he has a time transformation, but he's able to support the team in whatever way, or just be able to sponge as a mini little tank for a time being, and then having to back up and do whatever he needs to do with the team, I feel like that is my lineup of predictions here, and I feel like are pretty solid. I mean, then again, these could all easily be wrong, because Gekishin does not simply leak stuff. I think there is news flying around that there has been leaks thrown about. I haven't personally looked at them, because I would rather just not look at any and be genuinely surprised when the live stream does happen, which even then, I'm not going to be able to see the live stream since I will be at work. So I'm going to wake up to the news and have them pleasantly surprise me on what the news is when I wake up, because sorry guys, I'm not going to be risking my sleep. I go into work at like 5 in the morning. We're not doing that. So it is what it is. Let me know what you guys think of your predictions. If you think my predictions are pretty solid, but again, I would like to also hear yours, see what you guys have to offer, see what you guys think what it could be. Anything's on the table at this point. There is no confirmation to not or to what is. So it's all free game until we hear official news. So that about wraps this up. Hope you guys have an amazing day, and I will see you guys in the next season of Dragon Ball Gekishin Squadra. Take care.